मैं दावत दूंगा जनाब मुख्तार एक कुरैशी साहब को भी हमारी तशरीफ लाए स्टेज पर और वो अपने मैनिफेस्टो से और मंशूर से हमें आगाह करें। हमारे कुरैशी साहब
Fellow guardians of law, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. We all wish to exist as members of a civilized society, and the fulfillment of this dream is only possible with the implementation of a fair system of justice. According to Cambridge English Dictionary, a civilized society of country has a well-developed system of government, culture, and a way of life that treats people fairly. A fair justice system is a fundamental part of a civilized society. Pakistan, which was at the height of its development pace in early 1960s, gradually suffered deterioration across the board, economically as well as socially. The root cause of this being the failure of the judicial system to deliver the necessary fairness to the people of Pakistan. The Punjab Bar Council, according to the Legal Practitioners and Bar Councils Act 1973, is responsible for promoting and suggesting law reforms and safeguarding the interests, rights and privileges for the practicing lawyers. The Punjab Bar Council will only be able to fulfill its responsibilities when its members possess qualities such as integrity, professionalism and leadership. Hence, we have put forward a team of extremely competent, deserving candidates for leading this prestigious organization for the next term. This team, being nominated here today, deeply believes in the immediate need for improvement in the judiciary and the protection of the rights and privileges of the practicing lawyer as being the frontline soldiers of the judicial system. I stand before you today as a representative of this incredible team of nominees and will discuss our revolutionary initiatives for the upcoming term. The book, The History of Judiciary in Pakistan by Oxford University Press notes that the decline of justice in Pakistan started in 1954 when Justice Muhammad Munir from Punjab was appointed as Chief Justice of Pakistan instead of Justice Abu Saleh Muhammad Akram from East Pakistan. After that, Pakistan began to experience the effect of the landmark judgments like Maulvi Tamizuddin case, which gave birth to the doctrine of necessity, ultimately providing legitimacy to the rules of martial law, and Doso's case, which created a serious political crisis in the country. For defending his judgments, Justice Munir has been giving justifications on several platforms relating to the consideration put forward by Justice Munir, the author giving an example from the US judiciary history, writes, quotes, had Justice Marshall been inhibited by the considerations like these while giving the verdict in Marbury versus Madison case, the constitution history of the United States of America might have been quite different. It is the bold decisions of the courts that set the law in its right course. A timid and spineless judiciary leads only to constitutional disasters. It is generally believed that it was the judgment of the Maulvi Tamizuddin case that derailed the constitution and the judiciary in Pakistan. Had Justice Munir resisted General Ayub's martial law, Pakistan's history might have been different and Pakistan would not have suffered under the repeated martial laws and military takeovers. As a student of law, I believe that if we want to set up a well-developed system of government, culture and progressive way of life, we have to treat the people of Pakistan fairly. According to the Constitution of Pakistan, judiciary has the powers to ensure the fundamental rights of the people are protected and they are dealt with fairness. However, the judiciary can only deliver if the honorable judges of the superior courts are competent, bold and selected on merit instead of political and personal bias. Our first point of concern will be to advocate the appointment of judges of superior courts must be on merit. The whole judiciary must act as a disciplined organization where the judges are held accountable for their judgments and allowed to continue to serve only on the basis of continuous level of performance. All laws of the country are written, so are the judgments of superior courts. According to the Article 189 and 201 of the Constitution of Pakistan, all judgments where a question of law is answered or a new principle of law is enunciated are binding on the subordinate courts. The unbridled freedom to deviate from Article 189 and 201 provides for opportunities of corruption, malpractice and passing defective judgments by the lower judiciary, which in turn makes it impossible for the justice system to provide the necessary fairness to citizens of Pakistan. Therefore, we will push for the enforcement of Article 189 and 201 of the Constitution of Pakistan and shall raise our voices to create a system of accountability of judges and subordinate judiciary. Moreover, lawyers as valuable members of this system are the front runners in assisting the judiciary in providing justice and fairness, and they deserve proper appreciation for their hard work and efforts for such a noble cause. For that, we have proposed initiatives that will honor the service of lawyers. Our nominees for Punjab Bar Council elections 2020 and 25 have taken upon themselves to bring the change in the justice system of Pakistan by advocating the following manifesto. The manifesto is displayed in front of you. The point number 1, the appointment of judges of superior courts should be on merit. The question is, who will define merit? It is the Punjab Bar Council who will suggest and propose what should be the merit. Merit should be like at least 1,000 cases in the superior judiciary, at least 50 reported judgments in this one, and there should be some kind of test. And then if there are 5 judges needed, then the Bar Council should propose 10 judges. Out of those 10 judges, the Pakistan Judicial Council can make choices on who should be selected and who should not. Number 2, enforcement of Article 189 and 201. I mean, we see every day the subordinate judiciary violating these articles and making difficult for us to practice and to provide justice to our clients. Number 3, accountability of judges in subordinate judiciary. The question is, a judge has no criteria for his evaluation and his accountability. A judge who passes a wrong judgment, we only have one option to go to appeal. Now I want to propose here to this august hall that there should be a limit how many effective judgments a judge can pass. If there are 5 judgments that are turned down in appellate jurisdiction, the judge should not be allowed to continue his job as a judge. And if we see on the other side an organization like military, why this military organization is so strong? They remove 50% of their officers at the rank of the major and only put forward the qualified ones upstairs. But over here, if a judge is appointed as a grade 3 judge, he retired as a district judge at the age of 60. This has to be changed. If there are people who are not performing their job, they should be not allowed to continue their jobs. Number 4, this is for my young lawyers. I want that every lawyer who gets the license from the Bar Council should be entitled to 25,000 rupees of stipend every month for 2 years. Doctors take 1 year stipend. Doctor's profession is not as tricky as the lawyer's profession is. We understand it's very difficult, it's very vast profession, so its training period should be 2 years, and 2 years it should be paid 25,000 rupees to young lawyers. Number 5, issuance of health card by the government. Every person who is licensed from Punjab Bar Council should get a health card from the government of Pakistan so that they can get the treatment of their choice. Number 6, every lawyer should get one house in the Pakistan Housing Authority schemes. Imran Khan साहब has announced 50 लाख घर बनाने हैं उसने. क्या वो हमें 1 लाख घर नहीं दे सकते? Point number 7, death gratuity to the lawyers in uniform. पुलिस वाला चौक में गोली लग जाती है, मर जाता है. आर्मी सोल्जर अपनी लाइन ऑफ ड्यूटी में मर जाता है. वी आर एक्सपोज टू द फायर, इंजरी, धमाका हो जाता है कोर्ट में, सड़क पे जाते हुए कुछ गोली चल जाती है. हमारा कोई वाली वारिस नहीं है. वी शुड बी अनाउंस्ड बाय द गवर्नमेंट फॉर द एंटाइटलमेंट ऑफ डेथ ग्रेजुटी दैट शुड अमाउंट टू 1 crore of rupees. मैंने सुना था कि लॉयर रिटायर नहीं होता है. आई एग्री कि लॉयर रिटायर नहीं होता, लेकिन देयर आर पीपल हु गेट इनकैपेसिटेटेड और आर अनएबल टू प्रैक्टिस. उनका क्या कसूर है? आई मीन दे शुड बी एंटाइटल्ड टू पेंशन. जो यंग लॉयर्स हैं दूसरे शहरों से यहाँ पे आते हैं, जब वो कॉलेजेस में पढ़ रहे होते हैं तो वो हॉस्टल्स में अपने पैसे दे रहे होते हैं. बार काउंसिल शुड कंस्ट्रक्ट सिंगल डॉर्मेटरी अकोमोडेशंस फॉर यंग लॉयर्स, जो वो जाके वहाँ पे एक रेंट पे करके डिसिप्लिन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के साथ रहें. और यही एक तरीका है कि जिससे हम डिग्निटी ऑफ लॉयर्स मेंटेन कर सकते हैं. हम लॉयर्स का गुस्सा ठंडा कर सकते हैं. हम लॉयर्स के अंदर एक फ्रस्ट्रेशन जो फैली हुई है वो कम कर सकते हैं. अगर हम उन्हें एक रहाइश की सहूलत दे दें 2 साल के लिए तो देनी है, 2 साल के बाद वो उसको छोड़ देगा, आगे चला जाएगा. और उसके बाद पॉइंट नंबर 10, लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, लॉयर्स प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट की प्रोमulgation होनी चाहिए. तमाम इदारे गवर्नमेंट ऑफ पाकिस्तान के जहां पर स्पेशली मिलिट्री ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, आर्मी, नेवी, एयरफोर्स, कोई सिपाही या ऑफिसर किसी क्रिमिनल एक्टिविटी में इन्वॉल्व हो जाता है, FIR रजिस्टर हो जाती है, अरेस्ट कोई पुलिस ऑफिसर उसको बाय लॉ नहीं कर सकता. CO से पूछेगा फिर उसको अरेस्ट करेगा. और हम लॉयर्स हैं, हमें रात को 2 बजे भी घर से पकड़ के उठा के ले जाके घसीट के लोग हमारे ऊपर वो टोपियां पहना के दहशतगर्द बना के हमें पेश करते हैं. सो देयर हैज टू बी द प्रोमulgation ऑफ लॉयर्स प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट. Now I request everyone to understand the philosophy of this manifesto and vote for these people. All of them are committed to really proceed ahead with this agenda. आज से हमने रोटी की, खाने की, चाय की सियासत बार में ख़त्म करने की रवायत डाल दी है. अब मैनिफेस्टो पर बात होगी. अब हमें बताना होगा कि यार तुम किस लिए तुम्हें वोट दें. क्या बार काउंसिल में कोई सोने की कान लगी हुई है कि तुम यहाँ पे पैसे खर्च करते हो और बार काउंसिल में जाते हो, एक दफा इलेक्शन रिपीट करते हो, 6 साल इलेक्शन जीतते हो, वहां पे रहते हो और हमें बताते हो कि वहां पे पैसे नहीं है, वहाँ पे कुछ है नहीं, हम वकीलों के लिए क्या करें, हमारे दफ्तरों की आमदन कम हो गई है, हमारा ये हो गया, हमारा वो हो गया, हमने वकला के लिए बड़ी खिदमत की है, तो यार इतनी तकलीफ है तुम्हें तो फिर क्यों खड़े हो गए हो यार? Why are you standing there again? So no hope for the Peters. Everybody should follow the manifesto. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, I'll come at the end. Now I'll provide opportunity to everyone to come for 3 minutes, 2 minutes, listen to them what they talk about this manifesto. Thank you very much, Ahmad.
परवास है दोनों की एक ही जगह में, निर्गस का जहां और है शाही का जहां और. Thank you, Mr. Qureshi, for your kind words.